Tribe, y'all. It is Thursday. It is January the 9th, Thursday, January 2025. And this year has been off to the world's most un unbelievable start. Like nobody had this on their bingo card. That was a huge thing at the end of 2024. Remember? I didn't see that on my bingo card or however it went. Today was the funeral for former President Jimmy Carter. And when I tell you, it was like watching a movie, I truly, truly mean it. You have Trump, Donald, and Melania. We had Obama minus Michelle Obama, or Big Mike, however we want to refer to him. You had George Bush and his wife, Laura. I believe her name is Laura. You had Bill and Hillary Clinton. You had Joe Biden and Jill Biden, and you had Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff. And then you also had Justin Trudeau was there in the background somewhere. You had Mike Pence, I believe. I don't know who the other, I thought the person next to him was, I don't know who the person next to Mike Pence was. My brain wants to say Al Gore, and then my brain also wants to go, is Al Gore still even alive? Because I honestly don't know. And I know that's bad on my part, but I've not been into politics for a very long time. I'm still getting new to this kind of stuff. But before even that, y'all, before even that, you have more issues in California with the wildfires. And I now have to do this for wildfires because there have been so many videos coming out of people watching people set fires to places around LA, like on the outskirts of LA, whether it was a dumpster that was set on fire, it was some bushes that was set on fire. There's a guy who posted on X a video of the, not tree line, but the ground above where his house was, because I guess his house is like set down in the valley. I don't know the friggin' right phrasing here, but he said that there was a fire up there, but there were no electric lines, no reason why there should be a fire from any power kind of things. Because if you guys saw any of the videos, whether it was on the news, on YouTube, on X, or whatever other social media site, there were a lot of people posting videos because the wind yesterday or day before yesterday was horrific. It was up to like 100 miles per hour or something absolutely ridiculous, tornado-like or hurricane-like, not something you would expect to see in LA, right? So they're posting these videos and you can see the power lines just sparking like crazy. And my brain was like, why are they still on? At the same time, you don't want people to lose power in the middle of a fire, because what if they can't get out of their house because their garage door won't open because maybe you're not strong enough to open it physically, right? Or you have some weird smart house and you can't get out your doors or your windows because you've been locked in because AI is trying to kill you. These kind of things, right? But at the same time, you also don't need to have the power on if the wind is that strong and it's knocking down power lines and you haven't had rain for 8 friggin' months and everything is dry and already catching on fire. And then you're reminded that in 2028 there's supposed to be some Olympics. I don't know, some sort of Olympics in LA. Well, is it easier to just demolish it all to build back better? Like, is that what we have happening here in LA or in Pacific Palisades and surrounding areas? Just a thing I thought of, and whatever else. So then Biden, bless it, Biden goes to LA. He flies in, and there he's talking, and he's standing next to Gavin Newsom, and I can't show you the video because I didn't save it, so I'm just gonna like kind of sum it up for you. He's standing next to Gavin Newsom, and they're talking about the horrificness, I think that's a word, of the California fires and the fact that 5 people have lost their lives now. Who knows how many pets? Who knows how many? This is the question I have. I've been to Los Angeles, okay? 3 summers ago. Drove through Los Angeles with my husband and my daughter when we did our cross-country trip from Florida up to Washington, down the coast and back over, because we want our daughter to see as much of America as possible before she's 18 and out on her own. Last summer, we went from here up to Canada and back, and next summer, we're supposed to go up the East Coast, right? But anyway, so we're in LA, and when I tell you that there are places in LA that are absolutely gorgeous because money, honey, and the rest of LA looks like somebody's toilet bowl full of shit and graffiti and drugs and homelessness. I mean it. The night and day, literal night and day. I'm sitting in the driver's seat. The passenger seat is right here. This driver's seat is Rodeo Drive, and it's gorgeous, and there's tons of money just flowing, and so much plastic and plastic surgery and whatever else. You can't even know what to do with your life. And then right next to you in the passenger seat is the bum shooting up on the corner while taking a shit in a trash can lid and graffitiing the sidewalk at the same time. You could see both things. You could stand here and go, okay, well, that looks expensive. That looks like you're gonna get murdered. Like, absolutely ridiculous what Los Angeles looks like. Our daughter wanted to go to this hotel. It's supposed to be some sort of haunted hotel. Can't think of the name of it to save my life. So we put it in the GPS and we go into Los Angeles. Driving through California in and of itself, most of the time, absolutely sucked. Traffic. This is why people drink. Traffic in LA will drive anybody to drink, I'm sure. So we're driving through traffic, and we get to the outskirts of LA where you look up and it's all the big buildings, and you're super excited to go in there. And then the Cecil Hotel, look, y'all know. So the Cecil Hotel, we go in, and I'm not that person who just immediately hits the door lock, because that feels weird when you're sitting at a red light and you see somebody, asking for money, or they want to come clean your windshield, and you have that thing where you're like, lock the door. Bro, well, I locked everything humanly possible. I was like, I told my child, I said, stay away from the windows, duck down. It was slightly scary. And I'm from Atlanta. And LA was like, ooh, I don't want to be here longer than I have to be here. So we go towards Cecil Hotel because it's on the GPS. And on the way there, all we saw were homeless people on the streets. There were tents all over the place. Everything was like barred up or closed down, or they had the garage door thingies that go down over your windows for the businesses and the doors. There was graffiti everywhere, and then randomly you'd see like a Subway was open, and then like a 7-Eleven or something like that. But mostly driving through there was slightly terrifying. We carry, just FYI, if you come up to my window and try to do anything, bang, bang, poo, poo. That's all I'm saying. So my husband had his hand on the steering wheel and on the trigger because you just never know what's going to happen. And we drove through there as fast as humanly possible. I'm like, look, there's Cecil Hotel. Let's keep it moving because it was closed down. It had graffiti all over it. There was no way she was about to get out of the van and try to take a picture in front of it, which was her goal. Like, we drove all the way there to take a picture. And I was like, no, I love you so much. Do that little memory picture thing because it's not happening. LA was trash. Do I wish that LA would burn? No, nobody wants that. You don't want any place in your country to burn. It's not very American to sit back and be like, ha, 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 the place gets what it deserves. Maybe it'll clean it out, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, what I was saying is it's giving me such Lahaina vibes. And if you didn't pay attention to Lahaina, if you weren't aware of what happened in Lahaina, Maui, Hawaii, there was a fire. They called it a wildfire. And they decided to say that it was sparked by a downed power line that caught everything on fire. But it only caught the places on fire that they wanted to get rid of because these homes had been in generations upon generations of families. They were being rented out to people for very little money, right? And it was stopping them and impeding them from building the condos, the hotels, the big dollar houses, because Maui is a very popular tourist place, as is LA and surrounding areas, although I still have no idea why. But when you have the Olympics coming there, was it one of those situations of it's easier to get rid of everything and build brand new than try to work around what you already have? I just remembered the whole reason I started this. Nobody's talking about the homeless people. We know that 5 people, they have said 5 people have died from these wildfires in Pacific Palisades, but nobody's talking about the homeless population. And we know for a fact, this isn't my opinion, this isn't me just pulling numbers out of my ass, we know for a fact there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of homeless people in California, in every little city, sector, county, whatever you want to call it. I went to San Francisco, we were in LA, we went through numerous places. This is all the way up the East Coast, but Seattle, Portland, all these places up the West Coast were just overrun with homelessness and drug use and things like that. Nobody's talking about what happened to the homeless people. We have 5 people that they've said have died. Are there 200 homeless people who have perished? Did they somehow get out of the way, even though they don't have vehicles and they don't have anywhere to go? Did they somehow get out of the way of the fire? That's what I want to know. I want to know what has happened to the homeless population in that surrounding area and all the areas where there are fires, because there was more than the one. Yes, Pacific Palisades was the biggest one, but there have been more since then, more evacuations that are happening. You have celebrities now. You have celebrities talking about how they're pissed off because they pay such high taxes, especially in Pacific Palisades area. There's a bunch of money up there, right? They're talking about, we pay all this tax money and you can't even give us some fucking water in a fire hydrant so that we can put a fire out in our home. You don't have enough firefighters because Karen Bass, the mayor in LA, cut the funding to the fire department, also gave more money to the police department, but also cut police officers. So that didn't help any. It's been a complete and absolute shit show for the past, 48, 72 hours in California. Then, the whole reason I started this, y'all, I swear, it's not squirrel on purpose. It's just there's so much in my head. Biden is standing next to Newsom talking about the fires and goes, but on a good note, I'm a great granddad today. Okay, listen, I'm all for a silver lining in a situation, but as the current sitting president of the United States, who is visiting a state to talk to the governor about the horrific situation going on, they probably don't give two shits about your great grandkid. No offense, honestly, a birth is always a good thing, but at the end of the day, wrong time, wrong place, okay? Wrong time, wrong place. Then, on top of that, do I have the volume up on this? Listen, this is now. So right now, the White House is having a briefing, I guess that's the word, with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I have no idea. Maybe she's sober. I don't know. And they're talking about the wildfires in California. I don't remember them doing any of this when Lahaina was on fire and people were trying to survive by swimming in the ocean because they couldn't get onto the land. They're literally in the ocean trying not to die, or the people who did die in Lahaina, because there were numerous who did, and the people who went missing and everything else. I don't remember Joe Biden having a sit-down conversation like this and broadcasting it out from the White House with his vice president when East Palestine happened and that entire thing happened. Joe Biden didn't do shit then either. It took him over a year to ever make it to East Palestine, and then it was just like on his way to Camp David or to Delaware, something or other. He's a piece of shit. Anyway, so he's sitting there, and listen, I make punnies. Tina, thank you so much. And I just saw, hold on, let me read this other thing. Talvish said, I call him Gavin Gruesome. Bro, everybody calls him Gavin Gruesome or he's got so many names. But, brain, lost it, have it, losing it. Nope, don't remember it. I was going to say something. And see, this is what happens. This is why I try not to look too much at the chat, because I lose what I was thinking of. Anyway, listen to what Joe Biden said because he's stupid. Let's see if it'll play.
Madam Vice President, I know you're directly affected, so you fire away. No pun intended.
All right, as the president.
Are you effing kidding me? Fire away, no pun intended. I am a sarcastic person, and I say completely inappropriate things on so many occasions. But even I would know, fire away while discussing this. This is not a good look, sir. It's not a good look. Side note, his son, oh, poor Hunter, he lost everything. No, his house burnt down in Pacific Palisades. So there went probably any more evidence against him. But since he's has a pardon for the next however many years, I'm sure it's fine. Kamala Harris's estate, I don't know if it burned or was gonna burn or something like that. I do know that Beyonce and Jay-Z, oh no, their house and some other people's. But a lot of people are like, oh, the tunnels. And I'll leave it at that for right now. The tunnels. Okay, so on top of that happening, you have here the Los Angeles Fire Department Assistant Chief Christine Larson, get this, says, this is what she says. When people's houses are burning down, they want a firefighter to show up who looks like them. Ma'am, ma'am, the firefighter that shows up to my house could look like Joe Dirt wearing Daisy Dukes with high heels on and full face of makeup. I don't give two shits as long as the person that shows up can do the job and put the fire out on my home. I don't care what they look like. For this person to think this, remember we talked about this yesterday, the DEI hire, everything, they put millions of dollars into DEI hires and this police department in LA. Nobody cares what you look like when they are in a situation. I don't agree, y'all know this, I don't agree with grown ass men who want to play dress up because they think that they're women. That's a mental disorder. However, if I am dying, if I am choking and I need the Heimlich maneuver, bring your tranny ass up here and give me the Heimlich maneuver so I can live. I'm going to thank you afterwards and hug you and shake your hand and go about my way. I don't care who saves my life as long as it's saved. Anyways, so we have that. And then, but wait, there's more. Jamie Lee Curtis. Y'all know Jamie Lee Curtis. She is the Activia woman, the one who talks about your gut biodome. That sounds wrong. Gut biome. That's the word, biodome. That's a movie that sucked with some Baldwin and Pauly Shore way back in the day. She was on somebody's talk show last night. I don't watch any of those talk shows because they're all effing stupid, so I don't watch them. But she was on somebody's talk show last night, and she was talking, I think it was last night, talking about how her home was probably going up in flames and the horrible fires and everything else. She was talking about it, right? Well, then today, excuse me, she posted on maybe this is Instagram, I don't know. She posted, my family is donating $1 million today to the relief efforts. We are in contact with Governor Newsom, Mayor Bass, and Senator Schiff, and I will post often about where you can send needed resources to reputable agencies. Here's the problem, and I'm going to sound like an asshole when I say it. Why are you sending relief funds to Gavin Newsom? Why do you need to send something to your state to provide relief to you and your friends when your state had plenty of money to ensure that everything was safe enough to never need relief? And instead, they spent that money on, I don't know what, because they don't know what. You guys remember this last year? They said that they couldn't account for 28 million or 28 billion. I keep forgetting if it's an M or a B, dollars that were supposed to go towards fixing the homeless situation. And then, I don't know. It went somewhere. I feel like Joe Biden right now. I don't know. Who knows where the money went? Why, Jamie Lee Curtis? Bless your heart, I guess. But why would you donate $1 million to anything? Here's where I'm an asshole, and I'm fully aware of this. If your state, see, it sounds wrong because hurricane victims and everything else, that's different to me. To me, that's different. Hurricane victims, tornado victims, things like that are different. And it might sound hypocritical, not really meant to, but it might come across that way. But in California, where you know you live in areas where fires can happen and you know your government is doing shit about it, why should we, the American people, donate money to your governor and your mayor to help rebuild the city they let burn? I don't understand that shit. I would much rather drive my happy ass to California and find people who live there who lost everything and hand them money. Here's $100. Here's a couple $100. Here's some clothes for your kid. Here's some food for your dog. Like those kind of things. I am not sending money to Red Cross. I'm sure as shit not sending money to FEMA because they don't know how to do with anything. And I'm not sending money to Gavin Newsom. Although, thanks to Joe Biden, we are sending money to Gavin Newsom because he gave him like a grant and all this other stuff because California can't figure out how to run their budget correctly and everything goes to shit. And as soon as something catches on fire and burns down, our current sitting president, and by our, I mean not mine because I don't like that man, Joe Biden says, let me give you federal money to fix it. Where do you think federal money comes from? My fucking paycheck and your paycheck. It's not coming from Gavin Newsom's pocket or Joe Biden's pocket. It's coming from your pocket and mine. We are now paying for the fires in California because California couldn't get their head out their ass to make sure that there were no fires. So that's that. Oh, side note. Y'all, on top of that, I totally forgot to tell you that, holy crap, the Los Angeles deputy mayor is under investigation for allegedly calling in a bomb threat to City Hall. Did y'all know the FBI raided his home a few weeks ago and he was placed on leave? No? I don't know. Maybe somebody with a gripe against LA? who knew that the mayor was out of town. Maybe he got people to start some fires. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. These are my opinions and things that I see as plausible and could happen. I am not saying it is fact. I'm just saying it would make sense to me because Deputy Mayor Brian Williams began working with Mayor Karen Bass in March in 2023. Obviously, something happened and he was like, F you, I'm calling in a bomb threat. Or he needed the day off and couldn't get the day off, or he really needed to take a crap and nobody would let him go to the bathroom. I don't really know what it was. Either way, called in a bomb threat to his own city hall, got raided by the FBI, and then a week later, LA's on fire. Sounds like a motive to me. That's just me. I will continue on. Then, on top of that, Whitney Cummings, she was the one who was on the CNN Ringing in the New Year with Anderson Cooper and the other gay guy. I don't know who it was. I just knew it was two gay guys up there ringing in the New Year together. She was up there, and I guess CNN forgot that she's not a Democrat and she's not a fan of the Democrats, and she roasted the shit out of Biden and everybody else. I like her a lot. Side note. But she says here, and this is what I was saying, and I just came across her. She goes, if you donate to Cali fire relief efforts, that's rad, but it's insane that anyone has to donate their hard-earned money to a state that gets so much tax money from its citizens. We've normalized charities and kind people stepping in when the state government fails. That's what it comes down to. The amount of GoFundMes you're going to see set up, the amount of charities you're going to see. Do y'all remember after Lahaina when Oprah and The Rock came out and they made this horrible little commercial together and they were like, hey, we really need you guys to step up and help the people of Lahaina. You, regular people, blue collar, working people, the poor, the middle class. We need you guys, y'all, to step up and help save the people of Lahaina. We're not going to ask the government to do it in Hawaii because that doesn't make sense. We're not going to ask the president to do it. That doesn't make sense. We're going to ask you guys who have nothing to do with it to put all your money towards the effort of helping these people, while at the same time, we F them over completely by not giving them their land back, by not letting the insurance companies get in there to rebuild their homes, so that instead we can sell the land to a developer for more money so we can put hotels and condos and shit on it because, whatever. So that money that you're going to donate to help the people, what is it for? What is it good for? Anyway, the song's in my head. And at the same time, Oprah and The Rock donate $1 million when they're worth way more than that. If they really wanted to help, Oprah could have opened her home up to some people. The Rock could have just given people some money. Like, celebrities can suck a dick. So that's that part. On top of that, this is funny to me and I just want to show it to you. This is a post from somebody named Kristen Lamb. I don't know who she is, but she said, when we said California needed more dikes to combat fires, we should have been more specific, meaning the water, not the LGBTQIA plus fire chief they hired. Bada bing. Get it? Anyway. Okay. Oh, my nose hurts. Off topic, but still kind of on it. If you live in Fort Worth, Texas, it's going to be a cold effing night because the emergency crews are now working to contain a blaze where an electrical substation has exploded in Fort Worth, Texas. This comes mere hours before a large winter storm is set to roll through the area, putting a strain on the grid. Surprise, 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 because all that money from Biden's Build Back Better and infrastructure and all this other whatever names they want to give it did not go towards actually building anything back better or infrastructure. It's really weird how that works, because if it had, they would have built more power grids to go along with all of the electric bullshit they're pushing on us, whether it's a car, whether it's a stove, whether it's your heater, whether it's your lawn equipment, because you're not allowed to have gas-powered lawn equipment in some state that starts with M. I can't remember which one it is. But none of that has happened. So now, when you have this little fun thing happening here in Fort Worth, Texas, you're just fucked. You get no heat. No heat for you, no heat for you. Nobody gets any heat, because instead of doing what needs to be done, places are just sitting on their thumbs. I have no idea why so many places are under-prepared. And I want to use the word underdeveloped. Like, we are third world countrying it throughout the United States right now with the underdevelopedness of what we need. So that's that part. Now, if you're... I'm not going to this is a really long one. I'm not going to read this. I love y'all. We'll do that some other time because that's like hella long. Let's move away from the fire stuff because we could do that forever and a day. There's just so much going on there. More information will continue to come out. The LA response to everything. The firefighters were amazing. Let's just go ahead and get that clear. The firefighters were amazing. They tried everything they could. That's what I wanted to come back. That's what I wanted to show you. There are people out there who will find a problem with everything instead of a solution. And then there are people out there who will find a solution no matter what the problem is. And the firefighters in LA did just that in Pacific Palisades. They found a solution to the problem. And I know I have it here because I saved it. I watched myself save it. Where is it? Please hold. Go nowhere. Son of a beach. That's not it. That's somebody setting a fire. No. Y'all, I'm sure you've already seen this. It's not going to be anything new when I show it to you. Come on, bro. Like, seriously. It's firefighters filling up purses with water and running it across the street to throw it onto a fire, to put the fire out on these homes. Like, it's absolutely crazy. And I saved it, and I have no idea where it is because I have way too many tabs here. Way too many. Dang it. I don't know where it went, guys, but you can look it up on any social media platform and you'll be able to see it. Pots, pans, bags, all kinds of stuff. They were using anything they could find in order to try to put out these fires because they weren't getting anything from the hydrants, which is absolutely just mind-blowing to me that the fire hydrants, the one purpose that they serve, besides for dogs to pee on them, obviously, or to make it so you can't park in front of them without getting a ticket, the one purpose they serve is to expel water when water is needed, and none was coming out. I don't have the video. I saved it and I have no idea where it is. It is what it is. Oh, so y'all, that bothers me when I can't find what I was saving. Oh, this part's great though. You guys ready for this? I lied. We're still on the fire stuff. We'll move over in a second. Rob Schneider, he's on X. He's a actor. You guys, you can do it in like all the Adam Sandler movies, whether it's Waterboy or whatever else. He's always the you can do it guy. He posted on X that the Los Angeles District Attorney and Governor Gavin Newsom have warned that anyone who loots more than $900 worth of loot will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law from these houses that are on fire. We talked about it yesterday, how while people were fleeing for their lives and losing everything, other people were breaking into the homes before they were fully engulfed in flames to steal whatever they could. And Newsom and the Los Angeles District Attorney are saying, well, if it's over $900 though, you're going to be in trouble. Okay. Okay. Number one, how are you going to prove what they took? Number two, if I catch you breaking into my home, whether it's on fire or not, I don't really give two shits what condition my home is in. If you step foot into it and touch anything to take out of it, you will lose a hand all day long. You only have two. How many do you want to lose? Because I will take them both if I have to. Because the law ain't going to do shit. That's what it comes down to, especially in California. The law is not going to do anything for you in California. They suck. Another thingy-majiggy here. This is... Do I want to play this? Do I care about her? No. So Patricia Heaton, you guys might recognize her from Everybody Loves Raymond? Everybody Loves Raymond, whatever that show was. She used to be a Democrat. She was a big Democrat. No. Flip it. Sorry. She used to be a Republican. She was a Republican. She was not a fan of Donald Trump. She talked a bunch of crap about him in 2016. So she moved over to independent. And then since then, she's been kind of in the middle, still Republican-ish, independent-ish, but always been kind of negative against Donald Trump. But even she says that the primary role of government is to secure infrastructure, make sure disaster preparedness is up to date, and protect citizens from harm both criminally and otherwise. Newsom and co. have done the exact opposite. It's infuriating. Well, I'm just saying, ma'am, sometimes you do get what you vote in. Sometimes you do get what you allow. And I'm not talking about the fire. I'm talking about the way situations are handled with the people in office, whether it is the governor, whether it's the LA, the mayor there, whether it's whatever else. You have to, I mean, you can be as upset as you want to be, but unless you voted differently, I don't know that the actors really can talk shit. I know that sounds hypocritical because, again, and I'm fully aware of that. I'm not ever going to say I'm not a hypocrite. I contradict myself numerous times because I see things from different angles and it makes me rethink things. But Rob Schneider, great. Patricia Heaton, I don't know. Did you? Maybe it's because I'm biased at the fact that she talked a bunch of crap about Trump when Trump was talking crap to Newsom about how he needs to do better for the state of California when it comes to the water. And she didn't agree with him then. So I don't really feel bad for her now. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay, let's move on. We're done with the fire. I'm done with the fire. What I want to talk to you about now is, okay, one last thing on the fire, because Donald Trump posted this. He said, fire is spreading rapidly for 3 days, zero containment. Nobody has ever seen such failed numbers before. Gross incompetence by Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass. And Biden's FEMA has no money, all wasted on the green new scam. LA is a total wipeout. I'm just saying, there's that. Okay, on top of that, okay, one more thing, and then we'll move over to other stuff. I know I keep changing my mind here. So Ann Vanderstill posted this over on X, and I don't know if you guys have seen who's in charge of the water supply in LA, but Janice Quinones, I don't know how to say her name, so I don't really care. I think her name is like Janice. She's the new head of the LA Department of Water and Power, okay? She was recommended to the position by Mayor Karen Bass back in 2024, May of 2024 to be specific. She makes $750,000 a year, which is twice what the man before her made in the exact same role / position, whatever. 1 year later, and LA is out of water for fighting fires. People are dying. People are losing everything. $52 to $57 billion in property damage. That's what they're saying right now. And it's not even over. Fires are still going. It has not been contained. They don't have a full scope, but they're already saying $52 to $57 billion worth of damage has been done out on the outskirts of LA in these areas. And you have to ask yourself why, right? Because Democrats are the down with the patriarchy party. That's why. Well, guess what, Dems? This is according to Ann Vanderstiel. The patriarchy kept the water towers full. The patriarchy kept the water flowing. Has it ever been more clear? DEI equals DIE. And this is the lady that took over the job of whoever the guy was who had it before her. $750,000 a year. Why does she get twice the amount of money as the guy before her and then does half-ass on the job? Absolutely crazy. DEI all day. I read to you yesterday how the LA Fire Department had the DEI hirings that they wanted to hit for all the different positions within the fire department. None of that should matter ever in life. It should be who is best for the job based off of their past experience, based off their knowledge, based off their abilities, not based off of their sex or their skin color or their, I don't know what football team they like. None of those things matter. Yet that's exactly why LA, and I hate to say it this way, but that's why LA is burning, because that's all LA cared about was DEI everything, right? It's not one of those, I don't want to say, I mean, because the people of LA, yes, they may have voted Democrat, but not everybody there did. And just because maybe you did vote Democrat doesn't mean that you deserve to have everything you've worked for taken out from under you due to the incompetence of others. The incompetence of yourself, like, let's say Patricia Heaton had set her own house on fire. I hate it for you, ma'am. But because it was somebody else who did it, I do hate it for her if she lost everything, because it was out of her control at that point. Again, I don't really know how to phrase things sometimes, but it's fine. Let's move over. I love this part. Let's move over to real quick to the funeral today. Generally speaking, you don't grin while saying funeral, but the funeral of Jimmy Carter. A lot of people are giving Biden props, thumbs up, because he was able to deliver a speech and not sound like a mumbling, dementia-riddled fool, right? He did whatever he needed to do. I did see the video of him not knowing if he was supposed to get up or sit down, and Jill's like, hey, go talk, and he gets confused and he sits down. So there was all that. But the best part, y'all, the best part of the entire thing was Kamala Harris and her face and Melania Trump's face, because Kamala Harris, punchable face. Melania, beautiful woman. George Bush punched Obama in the stomach. Not really punched him. He did like this kind of thing on his stomach. You know, when you walk past somebody, hey, what's up? Like, he did that into his stomach, which was just funny to me. But I want you to see this video. I don't know if there's volume. I don't really care if there is. We're going to talk through it. But look, I've already said this numerous times that Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff don't actually like each other. And this video gives it away completely. And that Kamala Harris is a closet bitch. That's what we're going to go with. I want you to watch this, and hopefully you guys can see it well. Like I said, we're not going to do, so there's Kamala. Now explain to me why she needed to walk in first, knowing good and damn well that she wanted Dougie to walk past her to sit at the end. Okay, she should have just let him go in first, but she wanted to like power move. What I like the way Trump and Obama, I don't think they're looking at her, but the line of sight does seem to be that way. But Trump's face, I love it. Melania, and then Kamala turns around. Look at her face. Look at her face. Look at, she's like, she is so mad right now. And then Trump and Obama start talking to each other, right? So they start talking. And then she realizes they're talking. She's pretending to read the, what is that thing called at the funerals? The, whatever the hell that's called. She's pretending to read that, but really her ear is straining, the strain that she's going through right now to be able to hear whatever it is that they're whispering about. And then heaven forbid, Obama laughs or giggles or does whatever it is he does in a minute, she's going to lose her ever-loving shit. So then you have Bill Clinton and Hillary over there. You got George and Laura sitting there. Melania, stoic as all get out, just chilling, not doing anything and not looking left or right. It was like a movie. I wanted popcorn so bad when I was watching this. Then on top of that, I was going to say that it looks like Biden is sleeping, but it also looks like Bush is sleeping in the background. So I can't really say anything. It does look like he's kind of asleep, but I don't really know what's going on there. I do know that he has on a lot of makeup. They all do, it looks like. But on top of that, but wait, there's more. Oh, where is it? Come on. I have so many more videos. Look, okay, so here's the beginning when, it's very short, but here's the beginning when Trump and Melania are walking in. So that's Al Gore, right? I swear that's Al Gore. I could be wrong. But then Pence stands up and Trump shakes hands. We don't like Pence. Nobody likes Pence. But Melania shakes his hand. Look at Pence's wife, Karen. Her name is Karen, and boy, is it fitting. She did nothing. She just sat there like, I don't like y'all. She didn't shake hands. She didn't stand up. She didn't do nothing, right? Then they sit down. And I'm just saying, this isn't a video. It's just a picture. But Melania sitting there with her, her outfit, which the Valentino collar, a lot of people are trying to figure out if there's like a message behind it. I don't know, but I liked it. Trump and Obama talking. You will notice there is no Michelle Obama anywhere in there. So she's not there. Then you have again Laura and George, and then you've got Hillary and Bill. Bill's probably looking at somebody in a blue dress or a cigar and longingly right now because he's definitely not looking at Hillary. So you have that going on. Look. I'm like a kid in a candy store with this shit. I don't know why. There's something wrong with me, I'm sure. Okay, let's watch Kamala. You guys ready? Because, oh, I hate that woman. Oh, I dislike her so much. Okay, so here she is looking super ticked off, right? We saw this a second ago. Emhoff is like, God, I hate my life. How soon can we get a divorce? I need to go drink. Is there any nannies around that I could go stick it to when this is all said and done? Because my wife sucks. So Melania is still sitting back there, just all stoic, doing her thing, right? And Kamala, again, trying to look like she's interested in the program. I think that's the name of it. The program. And again, Doug clearly just hating his life. Obama in the background having a conversation with Trump, which is interesting to me because I'm pretty sure that during the whole entire campaign, Obama kept referring to Trump as like Hitler revisited or something. And now they're besties. So there's that. So they're having their conversation. And George looks like he needs to fart. I don't know what's happening with George Bush there. But, yo, Kamala Harris, she hates her life because numerous reasons why. But the looks on her face with Donald Trump sitting directly behind her and talking to Obama and Obama not talking to Kamala. When her and Dougie walked in to sit down, nobody paid her any attention. Then there's another video, which I don't know if I kept it or saved it because this is a bunch of fire stuff down here. There's another video where everybody's like standing up. Oh, let's find it. Another video where everybody's standing up and no. Is this the part? No. So this is totally different, but this is when, look, this is when Obama came in and sat down next to Trump, and then they lean in and start talking to each other, and you can see Obama's like in a good mood, and I'm like, you fake motherfucker. So there's that. I don't think anything else happens in this one, but I'm trying to find the video where everybody's standing up. I don't know what they're doing, and Kamala turns around expecting somebody to shake her hand. Nobody wants to touch that bitch, and she waves at like Al Gore or somebody, like they gave two craps. I don't know what that is. Firearm videos. Okay. She waves at Al Gore like he, one, cares who she is, two, knows who she is, three, gives a, at all crap about who she is. Where is this video? Y'all do not leave, because I'm going to find it and we're going to look at it because it's hilarious to me. Nope, not that one. Please hold. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. No, we did that one. Blah, blah, blah. No, that's not that one. Y'all, I know it's here. I synced it. I saw it. I saved it myself. Oh, so people were trying to figure out exactly what they're talking. Look, see that laugh? Do you see that laugh? You would think they're besties, right? So then people are like, I wonder what they're talking about. What are they saying to each other? And they're like, does anybody, that's really bright. Does anybody read lips? So New York Post, this feels like I'm outside of a one of those things where, you're like, scary stories over the whatever. Anyway, so New York Post says that a lip reader reveals what Donald Trump and Barack Obama discussed at Jimmy Carter's funeral. This is what they're saying. So according to this, lip reader reveals Donald Trump and Barack Obama discussed finding a quiet place for a matter of importance at Jimmy Carter's funeral. That's what they're saying. I don't know if it's true. I pretend to read lips all the time. I have no clue how to do it. I just make stuff up because it's way more fun that way. If you've ever seen bad lip readings on YouTube, they are friggin' hilarious. But on top of that, I wish I could find the video and I don't have it, and that's very upsetting. Melania, look at her. I mean, I would not want to piss her off personally because the daggers that she shoots at people, absolutely love it. She's like, I'm not going to talk to you. I could give two craps about you. You tried to ruin my life and my husband's life. Therefore, no, not getting any time from me. But there's the video where George Bush walks in, like I said, smacks Obama in the stomach, has a seat. But then later on, they all stand up and, Kamala's there in the front row and she turns around and nobody pays attention to her. And it was like, oh, I weirdly loved it. Again, I felt like I needed popcorn and a soda or something. She was so mad and she wanted people to acknowledge her and nobody acknowledged her. It's like when you're little and, like, let's say you have siblings or friends or whatever, and you play the invisible game where you pretend like one of them's invisible, and no matter how much they talk to you, you pretend like you can't hear them or see them, even though you know good and damn well they're right there, but it's to mess with their minds. I feel like that's what everybody at the funeral was doing to Kamala Harris. She was trying to be in it, and people are just, looking right past her, pretending like she doesn't, like, here's Kamala, and they're all over here, whatever, everywhere but at her. And I love it. I think it's great. But I'm an asshole, so there's that. Now, top of the interesting things today would be John Fetterman. Now, John Fetterman, I believe, is out of Pennsylvania. I kept thinking Ohio before, but I believe he's a Democrat out of Pennsylvania. He had gone missing for a while during the East Palestine, Ohio train derailment issue. And people said that he was in, a lot of people were like, oh, he's in rehab. Oh, he's in blah, blah, blah for mental health. But I think it's because he had a stroke. So he was gone for a while, right? And then when he came back, he was different. This man shows up in sweatshirts and shorts and sneakers to things that most people are dressed up for because he don't give a shit. He's like, listen, I've already been through some health scares. I don't care anymore. I'm going to live my life, whatever. Well, Fetterman is supposed to go visit Trump at Mar-a-Lago. He will be the first sitting Democrat senator to do so, like, at all, to go visit Trump at Mar-a-Lago. And according to him, he says, and this is his quote, I think it's pretty reasonable that if the president would like to have a conversation or invite someone to have a conversation, to have it, and no one is my gatekeeper. Meaning, even if they don't want, even if the Democrats don't want him to go, he's going to go because no one's going to tell him what to do, right? So I think that's great. It would be interesting because I feel like I don't know enough about Fetterman and what he's been about and what he's been for to say that he's a good guy or a bad guy. But I do know that it seems that during the election process that he was more leaning towards Republican than Democrat in the way that he talked and the way that he thinks and the things that he agrees with. And so that's that. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, you guys. I just saw Sarah said, I Googled it and Melania's mom died today. Oh, no, last year, a year ago. Oh, either way. Oh, that's awful. So that explains, oh, the irony. Ooh, the irony of her being at a funeral on the anniversary of her mom passing away. Ooh, but look, that gives you even more respect for the first lady. And I'm not talking about Joe Biden. I'm talking about the one that matters, Melania. For her to go to the funeral for Jimmy Carter, to sit amongst men and women who dragged her and her husband through the mud and tried to ruin them completely, and for her to go there and sit there and remain calm and remain, I'm going to say emotionless, but I'm sure that she was holding it down, right? That takes a lot of composure and grace, and nothing that anybody has had in the White House lately, whether it's Joe Biden or it was Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama is like frolicking around Hawaii right now. She couldn't even be bothered to go to the funeral for Jimmy Carter. I know a lot of people didn't want to because Jimmy Carter, not a lot of people really liked him at the end of the day, but I did not know. So I know I saw you guys mentioning, I kept seeing died mom, but I couldn't get it in time. So I saw Sarah's comment. So thank you guys for mentioning that. But anyway, so John Fetterman, it'll be interesting for him to go to Mar-a-Lago. I want to know what that discussion's like. Hopefully there will be something that comes out about it when it's all said and done. And I think that's about it because it's getting dark and we could do this for hours, y'all. I can run my mouth for days and I know you know it. So we will do more tomorrow. I'm going to have more fire stuff tomorrow, more who knows what, just whatever catches my eye throughout the day. I think that's it. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys, and now for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. So either it wasn't that important or there's too much squirrel scrabble going on up here, and it'll jump back in later on. I don't know. Yeah, because I don't remember. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't remember a lot of stuff. So I love you guys immensely. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the chat that you guys have amongst yourself. Like, I know a live stream, a lot of people want us to be able to, as creators, although I'm just a chick who talks, I don't consider myself a creator, influencer, any of that little crap, right? I know you guys want us to see everything in the chat, and it's so hard to do it, especially for me during a live stream, because if you haven't noticed, I get distracted, and then it's like chasing a tail to try to get back to where the hell I was. But I do go back through and not watch my own video because that's weird, but I go back through on mute and I try to read the live chat afterwards so that I have the things that you guys were talking about in my head, so I get more knowledge from y'all. So thank you for always being here and being in the live chat. Also, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go upstairs now and fix some food because I'm hungry, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow at some point. Okay, love you guys. Have a good night. Bye. Adios, muchachas.